There we go. Hey, everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. How you doing, David and her ladyship? I do not see Bassman as yet. Perhaps he's doing other things. Heaven forfend. Um, but if he is elsewhere and watching later, hi, Bassman and Basswoman. Now, this morning I have plans to do some decaling. I do. I've done the VAT. There's a novelty. I actually did something after the last stream. I did some decaling, not decaling, varnishing to get stuff ready. Now before I link, give me a moment. Boom. Bing. Boom. There we go. Now, I believe my next port of call is this marvelous substance. Fuck yeah. Alrighty. Idly ho. How you doing?
Hello.
Now, as I said, I varnished. Got some new varnish onto it, and much happier with the job it's given me. Let me just. So here we are. Now, one thing I haven't done with this is apply Nuln oil. Or indeed, there's a few bits I'd like to do that with. So I'm going to do that before I do the. I'll do this part first because I want it to be dry so I can put the decals on. And I'm not going to go too heavy-handed with it either. Because, yeah. Anyway, I digress. Back with them. I've got the heater on this morning. This is not exciting, I'm sure you'll agree, but it's the first opportunity I've had to see what the heater's actually like, and it's pretty bloody good.
Good.
Now, come here. Is this a new one? It is a new one. Where's my old one? Or older one? Pretty sure I brought that out. If I haven't, I'm not that bothered. Excuse me. Not seeing. Okay, we open this one then, I guess. There we go. And I should probably shake that up now that I've opened anyway.
Youngsters off gallivanting again, are they?
Pardon?
The youngsters are off gallivanting again, I suppose.
Hang on, I should turn the volume up. Give me a moment. We can't quite hear you. Sorry. But I think the problem is at my end. Actually, we'll even go. There we go. Now, this time I should be able to hear you.
All right. I say the youngsters off gallivanting again.
Yeah, apparently. That I can hear you much better now because it's early in the morning. When I put the TV on, I quite often have it quite quiet. And I
hope I don't wake the neighbours then.
Well, that is the idea. That's the premise. I'm probably being worrying unnecessarily about that. But now, let's give me a look. See here for a moment. No, we're not going to use it yet. So I might use this one as a bit of a mop-up brush because I do that occasionally. And what we'll apply with one of our rough brushes. Perhaps that one, in fact, will do nicely. Now, so how's your weekend been?
Okay, I'll say Saturday. Jan came out and picked me up to go to a car boot over for Went.
Yeah.
I was going to catch the 10 o'clock bus because I thought it started at 10. They started at 9. Um, there's never very many there. It's uh, just over a dozen cars was there.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
I picked up something interesting.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
One, tw- 20 scale. So
Yeah, right. So it's a little bit bigger than the ones that we'd normally do.
it came out in 1980. This one. So
Yeah, right. There's
oh dear.
I've seen some kits, both in fact I've even seen one is for 8 German tanks. And
Mm.
you gotta be thinking that would be A, very large, and B, the detail would be pretty cool.
The
Issue
Tamiya
again, as
kits.
always with such things, store where are you going to display it? These are always my questions. Right, now that one's null. That's looking quite nice already. Now we'll let that dry though. So it's looking nice and crisp already. We'll put some null on some of the other parts. And then we'll set up for decaling. Yes, we shall. Yes. Now, next we'll apply some of this to the blue parts of the seats. Unsurprisingly, not the white parts. Who would have thought? Oh yeah, there we go. Let's get that detail happen. Now we shall wipe up a bit of excess here. And there we are. Happy with that. Because now those creases have come up really well on the side that I've done there. If you can see, yeah, you can definitely see how much more clear they are.
Nice.
So I will do the other side. I shall. I'm just going to mop up a bit more excess here. There we are.
John picked me up with one place, and
Pardon?
after the car, we travelled another 15 miles back at the road
Yeah.
to get fish and chips.
Why? Thumb is going to sleep for some reason. I reckon this is all connected vaguely and loosely to my tennis elbow. I'm not quite sure. I've got something going on with my left arm and have had for some while. But I'm not quite sure what the deal is, if you follow me.
Like a nerve trapped or something.
It could be a number of things. In my time of even just in training people, I have had the experience of people getting a little overzealous with, like you show them how to do an arm break. That's all right. No. And the only way they're going to really learn it is to do it back. If the people get overzealous, it does put a bit of stress on the joints. Years later, comes back to say hello. That's quite plausible. Then there's possibilities. There's all a number of ways I could have injured it, and it being stuff to come back to say hello. Remember us? All right, that's the back area largely done. Or at least the back seat, and then now there's not that many decals for the dashboard, unsurprisingly. So that element of the today's stream shouldn't take too long. All right, that's the back seat done. And there was much rejoicing. Boom. Now, fronts. Actually, well, the first one that comes immediately to hand. Excuse me while I massage my thumb. We may as well as do these side of the cockpit. Is that the correct term for the interior of a car area in general? I always say cockpit. I assume it's correct. It sounds right. To my mind, anyway. Maybe that depends on whether it's a male or female driver. Male, cockpit. Female, pit. Right. Now, yeah, he's indeed gallivanting, isn't he? He's not merely late. He's not here yet. Cool, blimey.
Not very good, but that do stuff.
We'll have to let him know he's an evil, evil man.
It's on charge.
Yeah.
Going AWOL without permission.
Pardon?
Going AWOL without permission.
Yeah, that's it. Now, for those viewers who are wondering what I'm doing here, the stuff I'm applying is Nuln Oil. And what it does is it's got a very high surface tension. It retreats into little areas very quickly and thus enables you to highlight them, making them more defined. That's the idea. On the whole, it's a very good idea. That's my opinion. Now, I guess for those viewers who haven't seen it, I should perhaps do a, here's how this operates thing, really. I know you've seen it, David, but you know. It would never have occurred to me to do something um, like that until this point, until I saw it in operation. First time I saw it, it was actually to help with the wheel rims on a 1:72 Spitfire, which was my first ever build.
Right.
And I'd gotten the wheels looking not bad. The guy who showed me a lot of what I know, Dan, said, "Yeah, let me show you something." And I saw it and I thought, my, that's rather useful. Because, yeah, it really brought it up beautifully. And, all right, now, first time, people who've never seen this in operation. Here we go. Here is our undone. There's, well, you can see there, but here we go. So we'll start with the plane. This is just painted and varnished. Now, so you're still working on the Bluenose, David?
No, that's downstairs. I got because it's twisted and everything. I got it's the mucky part there, sanded all down,
Yeah, right.
and I put a lot of clamps on it to clamp it together, and it's then after filling where the gaps are. It should look okay then. Rub it down, uh, prime it, and then paint it.
Yeah, right. Now, in fact, that really illustrates it quite well there. Again, first time viewers, you can see how that's really defined. That's excessive amounts of the known though. So we'll just give that a bit of wipe out. Wipe out. Um, there we go. Now we're going to come into there. There
And,
we go. I may as well keep it at that magnification and keep the hand there. Now, we'll go a bit higher up. Start here. And you can actually see right there how it's going in. I find it goes better if you go more vertically with your strokes. Hence why my hand's a bit in the way there, but you can see the angles about there. There we go, because that is going to enable us to spread that more evenly. Now, next we'll come down to here. We just, yep, so here. Into there. You want to get right in on this sort of stuff. That's where it really comes into its own. Right. Now, next, with that, we shall, excuse me while I just, we'll come down here. just to go into all those little ridges and stuff. And stuff. Almost there. Down here. Back down there. I might just... Lovely. Sometimes it helps to go over just to pick up the excess. But there we go. Now, other things I want to do this with include, may as well have hit this just for good measure. This is the central console stuff. There are a couple of points I can do stuff with here. Mostly here.
Mute for a second. Sorted.
Yeah. And that's that. And just that there. Now, there we are. And Bassman may have emailed me to say he was, because he usually does. I haven't checked my emails. All right, done. Next, front seats. And then, bit of suspension. Well, actually, a few bits of suspension. Oh no, we'll just do those ones because I haven't varnished the others. And then it'll be decaling time. I should pronounce that correctly, decaling. Declan is actually somebody's name. Or it can be, at least. There was a guy who used to coach the Irish rugby union side, Declan Kidney. And I always thought it was the most unusual name until I heard of somebody else also named Declan. But the Kidney surname, I always thought was a bit odd as to why would you be named after an internal organ. Why are no other internal organs used? Why isn't there a Jonathan intestine? Or maybe, let me see, Susanna spleen. These are the questions I have. Very silly questions, I will concede, but questions nonetheless. Now, we go across here. All right, mop up the excess, and that will be one of the front seats done. There we go. All right, coming together, it tells you. Now, which one was I? That's the one. Now, what's there? This thumb is starting to irritate me. Never mind. If that is my single biggest dilemma in life, I'm doing all right. There we are. All right. And now the back. Then there's a bit of suspension.
Come off your spine.
I varnished this whole suck of other stuff I should varnish, but I'll get onto that later. And then I might actually see about getting a few more cables onto the engine. And then decaling. Oh my God, I pronounced it correctly. Who would have thought? My mum would have kittens if she ever heard me pronouncing it Declan. That's decaling, or however she wished it should be pronounced. She was so anal about the language, she used to get upset and get quite miffed about the difference between harass and harass. You think, really? You're that uptight, are you, Mum? And you could have told her to get a hobby, but she had plenty. So, you know.
Come on, get it. Let's just do it that way.
Of a time, are you?
Hmm?
Having a bit of a time, are you?
Yes, I was because I can't get my hands sorted for these. It's gets glue stuck on my hands and everything just and jumps at sides to jump everywhere else. I'm just trying to make it something very simple, but it's being a pain.
Yeah. There's what you want to do, and then there's what the model will do to you. Note, do to you.
Hmm.
Now, when it comes to the decaling, I've never used AMT um, uh, decals before. I shall be curious to see as to how they scrub up.
Depends how old they are.
Fun?
It depends on the age.
The kit itself is, I don't think, very old. May even have been pressed this year, sort of a thing. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Um, that's based on the way the materials feel. If you follow the logic I'm applying here, you know how you can feel the decal sheet and go, "That's a pretty old sheet."
Hmm.
Um,
Color and everything. Yeah.
this one doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's a really recent sort of a cut,
Well,
fairly fresh,
reboxing,
easy to work from.
yeah, new decals.
So we shall see. Now, to here. Oh, there we go. Now. Now. To here. Oops, it does. Delete. Get that other one. There we are. Now, having a very finding myself as far as my model stuff goes today, and I'm possibly about to throw that into jeopardy by attempting to put cables on the engine because that's always a bit of a fiddly little number.
Hmm.
But so far today, I'm getting that warm feeling of satisfaction. Now, as to whether that remains a warm feeling of satisfaction or or I'm about to get replaced with a cold feeling of boning once I start trying to put the cables on, that's a whole nother matter. But I shall remain positive in my mindset. I shall. After all, sometimes it just happens, nice and easy. We shall see. We shall see.
What I'm trying to do is make some simple boxes, and it's so very fiddly getting the pieces to stay in one place.
Ah,
I think I put the glue on one part wrong way.
now. yeah, that's better. Ah, something's just occurred to me. Yeah, that would make sense. Now, over here, it is currently Mother's Day.
Right.
I'm wondering whether Bassman is either they're doing one of the mother things for on the Saturday and doing Mother's Day. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're not.
That might be the case. That would make sense. Just dawned on me. It occurred to me that it's actually very quiet on the stream as far as numbers go, because I can see that on my screen, and I think that may be something to consider. Oh well, we'll find out all in good time. We'll put him under thorough examination and demand answers. Reminds me of you can do the demand answers thing. Reminds me of my favorite knock knock joke. Knock knock.
Who's there?
I will ask the questions. Right, there we go. That is our null action done. At least on those parts, anyway. Clean brushes.
Oh,
Now, that goes there. That goes, and I'll zoom out while I'm doing this. Camera back over to here. Uh, let's look up some silly words before I get on to more stuff. L. Ha. Lady Dacre's wine. Gin. Ladybirds. Light or lewd women. Lark.
oh, here's
A piece
that.
of, yeah, I know that one. Yeah, a piece of merriment. People playing together. Jocosely. Oh, jocosely. Laugh. To laugh on the wrong side of the mouth. To cry. I'll make him laugh on the wrong or other side of his mouth. Interesting. Oh, this is rather tacky, I must say. Launch. The delivery or labour of a pregnant woman. Deary me. I've never have thought of it as such. Launch! Does that come with concepts like Houston, we have a problem? These are the questions I have, you know? Now, what was that? Was the one I was having a bit of a cunty time with. In fact, two I can see I've had a bit of a cunty time with. Okay, or maybe I haven't tried putting them in yet. You need to go to there. All right. And this was one that was being very cunty to me, I think. But they're actually looking like they may be cooperative this time. This is a potentially bold assumption. Goggles would probably be handy. Got they're always handy, but you know.
Where'd I put that one?
Now, toothpick, crystal clear. Now, this cable. Oh, it's cooperated, bless it. Nah, this one was the cunty one, though. Come on, you know you want to. Ah! Oh, so close. We're going to hold that there for a bit. No, it continues to be a cunt bunny. And hold. All right, we're done on at least on those two. We've gotten 3 cables in position there now,
Right.
and 3 on here. So I'm pretty happy about that. Let those. We've only got 2 more to get on. Yeah. Oh well, this is good. This is very good. Now, if anybody's wondering why there's bits that look like snot on the engine, that's just crystal clear. That'll dry, well, clear, so it's not going to matter. Now, next. Oh, look, I'm telling you, with all of this, there is much rejoicing.
Look at those.
Now we'll move all of these out of the way. Now let's get ready for the things I will need. Would include, heaven forfend, the decals. Yeah, they feel like really good decals, I must say. As far as you know, how you can tell when they're shit and when they're good. These ones feel good. Not necessarily as good as James Brown might feel, but they feel pretty because they're nice, solid backing paper. The film is fresh. Yada 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 yada. Now, even the covering paper is pretty solid, which is good. I give them points. You know what? Let's see how many decals we actually do require. Oh, you know what I forgot to do when I was doing the null and oil? I mean, I can do it later. That's fine. Forgot to do the steering wheel. Anyway. Now, let's find a dash decal. Here we go. So, we're looking for, I think that's actually 16. It is. Yep. And 3 17s. Alrighty. This should, no use of that wonderful adjective, or not adjective, that's should. Now, what is should? That would be a, ooh, I'm not quite sure what that would be defined as. I'm equally unsure
Should
as
have
to what.
been, but wasn't.
Yeah, but it's, what I'm looking at is it's not a, maybe it's a proposition. Should. I'm curious enough to look that shit up. Not now, but I will. That's my linguistic side coming out. Oh, I need to know this because I used to. Of course, you get taught what that these things are at school, and then you probably forget about them. And now that I'm studying languages, it sort of becomes a bit more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Don't know if thing quite covers it, but you know.
Me has to learn things at school. New thing on me.
Huh. Now, something just occurred to me with these decals that go on the circular parts of the dash. And what it is I wonder if there are two batches of three that go together, if you know what I'm saying, rather than individual ones. Might have a gander at that before I start slicing and dicing, I'd suggest. Because that could save me a lot of effort and also looking very silly. Now, let's have a look. They're individual ones, not a problem. It's a little fiddly, but at least there's 6 of them. So even if I fuck a few up, it'll all be good. That's the premise. At least that's my premise. Now, these can now be returned to that box. We'll bring this over to here. Now, actually, that's a really good angle for the occasion. That'll work. Elite. New. I'm going to need that. I will be needing... now, let me just move that out of the way for a moment. This brush for the large decal. This should do it for the small ones. I will also need decal setter, which I suspect is in the studio. So I'll need to get that. And now, something I might do just for my own edification. Do they give any suggestions as to how long their decals need to be soaked?
Piece of string. 10 seconds or 30 seconds, isn't it? So,
yeah, that's typical. But some kids actually sort of like have a statement to that effect. And, you know, anyway, okay. So, what we're going to do, hang on a moment. Oh, no, that's good. Very good. For a moment there, I thought the cable had come off. I was going to go, no! But it's still there. Very good. Now, so whilst I am up, I will be grabbing both because I'm going to have to take my headset off, both the decal setter and indeed a bowl of warm water. Wait, here's something else I'm going to need, and that is decaling tweezers. Being, I suggest, is this them? No, that's not them. Looking. Aha, finding. These are the tweezers you want for. Hang on, where are they? No, there's a bit of mucky muck on them. I know what I'll use. A bit heavy-handed, but anyway. Oh dear Lord. Back in a moment, guys.
Yeah, Frank.
Decal setter. We're getting there.
Mm.
Alrighty. Getting places. Looking for. Oh, these will have to do. All right. Now, what I want to do first, how do I open these? That way? Ah, that way. Is just give my. Some of those trees that seem to have a bit of mucky muck on them. So, what I want to do, because these are a bit heavy handed, these long ones, that they're the type of. Hang on, you can't see what I'm doing. These ones, this is the type of tweezers I like to use for decaling, but these are a wee bit heavy-handed. Look at the size of the fuckers. Now, where are the other ones that I found that are suitable, but a little bit... Here we go. Now, what we're going to do is get inside here. That's better. Clean that shite off. Tweezers should not have shite on them. No, they should not. Not in my opinion, at bare minimum. That's, Jesus. What the fuck? More irritating, I don't even know what the fuck it is. But whatever it is, it's coming off. It could be paint, I would suggest. But you just don't want any of that anywhere near your decals. That's my take on it. Look at that. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Nobody wants them apples. Uh-oh. Hang on a moment. Oh, no. I've lost some of the decals already.
Oh.
Hang on. Let's be cool. Let's just stay in position. They may be very easy to find. You never know. Now, because I probably bumped them when I was looking for... They may have gone to the floor, but they should be easy to identify because the floor is white pattern floating floors. So they should stick out like dog's balls, you'd think. Now, the other thing I can consider, let's just lift this up. There they are. Panic averted. Now. First port of call will be the one that goes into. We've got to do 4. Hang on. Whoop. And they are. Let me just get a bit of focus here. One that goes into there, and that's the speedo. It's 1, 2, 3. That's it. Now, to that end, something I would probably want to do with our plinth. Let's get a good range. About there will do us. Is we'll pop this at the back, maybe a bit at the front, just to hold it in position. Now, I better check that I have this at the right angle, or I'm going to be grumpy. Yes, I would, but I don't want to be grumpy, so what I'll do is have a close look first. Now, see. Nice and easy. Right, scalpel. Or potentially nice and easy. Get that off. Now, actually, I was going to use the top decal, but now that I look at it, given the angle, I'll explain in a minute. Because they're the same decal in effect. Now, yeah, because going that way, as in from using the bottom one, I've got a much broader area I can hold the decal from when I want to slide it on in. That's my theory.
That didn't work.
Now, oops. There we are. And we shall get this out of the way for the time being. Have a mouthful of coffee. Yeah. Now, typically I go left to right, or right to left with this, so I may set up that way again. This comes over to here. We're going to move this across just a touch. You having rum?
Why not? I'm bloody popping this bottle. I use this from Netherlands.
Ah.
It's a sweeter rum. It's like 40% proof. It's a nice colour to it. And
There was when I used to when I was about 19, I did. Hey, oh, that comes off really quickly. Shit. Shit. Hang on. Let's be cool. Then we go. Jesus. They came off way faster than I had anticipated. Fortunately, there is a spare option. Here's the decal. God. Yeah. Okay, give me in a moment. Just wow. Check which side. I'll get it on, so to speak. Okay, that side. Wow, that just blew me away, as you can gather. Well, here, counting, I haven't even got to 10. Setter. Here we go. We need to do it this way. Goggles. Wow. That was still not correct yet. There we go. That was a little bit frightening, kids. But I did it. And there, you can hardly see it, but hang on. Focus, damn you. You know you want to. Hang on, let's see if I can get the angle right. You know you want it. Come on now. Yeah, it's not going to give us the focus we want. Well, that's probably as good as it's going to get. There you go. Ah,
Got the dial on, yeah.
there you are.
Speedo on, yeah.
So there's our speedo.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess at least with the next three, I'm going to be going dunk, yoink. Now, one thing I'll also do with these ones, just have a quick look as to which way around they may need to go. I'm just going to confirm that if you follow me. It doesn't seem to matter. Okay. All right. All right. So, yoink. And we'll start with that one. Tweezers.
Yeah, long tweezers are very handy.
Wow, hang on. I've got a little bit of moisture on this and it's moving, I think. Let me just check that. Wow. Yep, let's do this. All right, this one. I've got to say this is one of the easier decaling runs I've done, but yeah, okay. I must have got just a drop of moisture on the card there, if you know what I mean. All right, one. Goggles. Down a bit. There. Come on now. You know you want it. All right, that's not where you go, and you know that. Come on now. Maybe I'll use this one. This seems being a bit of a bitch to me. You can't buy your bitch. Hey yo. Finally. I'll show you these when they're all on. They actually, wow. Is that actually on? No, not fully. No. Bitch of a thing. Come on. I reckon I'll let some decal soften deal with that. because I don't do my own head in. Now, next. Very close to that next one. That's okay. That's okay. One, two, boom, out. She moving? Yep. Wow. Let's have a look. Oh, bullseye. Well, the first one can still use some correction. All right. Last one. Delay. Now. Scalpel. That's the time while I'm here. Wow, I even made pretty good time on it. I guess from here, there's a few things I can consider, actually. Yes. We'll come back to those lines of thought shortly. All right. I reckon that one's going to be moving already because I think it's got some moisture on it. Yep. Yeah, that seems to be the thing. The slightest amount of moisture, they're moving. I'm not unhappy for that because, as I said, it made it a pretty easy experience in many ways. All right, let's do this. I dropped my... Oh, god damn. This is the brush I use for decaling, and I dropped it. And I instinctively closed my legs to catch it, and I damn nearly knackered myself.
Yeah, can be a bit painful.
Would have been bad timing, too. I've got decaling to do. Goggles. That one's nowhere near right. Now, you come up here and go on to there. There you go. Come on. Almost right. Alrighty. Boom. So before I go and throw the water away, because I will, now that it's done, we've got, there we go, those ones. Ah, there we go. That's a good view.
Hmm.
Ah. As you can gather, I get a warm feeling of satisfaction from that one. All right. Now,
Come on, shit.
that was a pretty smooth experience. Well done, AMT. It's rare that the decaling is that casual. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
If I have any issue, it's perhaps that the decals, I'd have prefer them to need to soaking for maybe at least a second or so longer. But that's getting to the realms of pedantry. Wow. All right. Next. Getting rid of that water. Back in a minute. Ah. Now, okay. So, well, here's a pretty cruisy option to look at. First, let me just get the assembly sheets. Uh-huh. Yep. Alrighty then. Now there's an interesting thing. Necessary to complete our dash. So where are they pointing to specifically here? Chrome 507. Let's have a look for that, shall we? Aha. I see. Really? And that goes there. That doesn't look right. Give me a moment.
Easier for the
Or am I looking at? I'll show you what I'm looking at. It doesn't look. Well, first it'd be that way up anyway. And that goes. Does it hang down or does it go up? Ah. What it is, or what I'm wondering about here, is a couple of things. Give me a moment. If I finished the dash today, I would not be unhappy for that, as you can imagine. I'm looking for 507, 507, 507. That's a bit chunky on the sprue attachment. There we go. That would be a drama queen. Now, let's have a closer look at this. Jesus. Where'd it go? Here. Now, the blue parts, or the circle parts rather, go to the bottom. So they go that way around. Now it does this. Sit there. Which sort of makes sense. Now let's see if it will. There's another question. I reckon that's supposed to sit down. Only one way I can really find this out. Look on our good friend the internet. Because otherwise, that will need to go down. No, it wouldn't. That doesn't look right. Feel right. But it would fit neatly. Yeah, I would suggest. Excuse me a moment. I am going to have a look. There's a chrome part here that goes on, and it shows that it goes onto the dash. But what I'm a bit unsure about is how it goes on, whether it goes on flat or whether it actually hangs down. I think it actually looks like it actually hangs down rather than going on solidly, if you follow me.
What kit is that?
Hang on.
I'll look up the scale, mate, so I can look at the thing then.
That part right there, part 507. And I need to give it a quick file at the bottom. But according to the instructions, it goes on. Those shoulders going on here. But what I'm feeling when I go and do that is that that doesn't feel right, if you know what I'm saying. Whereas when I put it outwards like that, it feels like there's almost like a lip for it to sit on, if you follow me. So I'm inclined to think that that's correct. But the best way to be sure is, of course, to quickly go on Google and have a gander, if you follow me, at a Chevy Impala dashboard.
Chevy Impala.
But that's what I reckon it is. Let us find out. So, need to bring my I take my mouse over to the modeling desk, which is away from my actual computer desk, but I do that so as I can flick links up and stuff like that. In this current circumstance, it means I have to take the bloody mouse with me. Now, let's go Google 19.
So 124 Chevy Impala.
Here we go.
AMT.
This should tell me. It's not telling me. Bastards. That's not what I want. Here we go. Right.
What's the lid looks like? I can find the right one then.
It's not making I'm not getting the answer unless the only up. But no, that's not correct either. Now, my other option is to.
What's the lid of the kit?
What's the what?
What's the lid looks like of the kit?
Oh, it doesn't show the interior.
No, just show me. I can look at the right one then.
Oh, hang on a moment. That's I can't even get you that.
Oh,
I can tell you who the maker is. AMT.
yeah, I got those. Is it a red one car on front or blue?
Yeah, it's sort of got this orangey sort of background that looks like it's got some sort of building behind it.
Right. Fire chiefs.
Hang on.
What year is it supposed to be? Did it say?
1962.
62. Right, let's see.
I may have found my
Oh,
answer. Yes, I'm correct. It does come out, maybe. Yeah, okay. There may be a bit of painting required. I think I see. Yeah, okay. Yep. Right. Found my answer. Okay, it does go on. So if that's like that, okay. Well, I think I found my answer anyway. Let's find out. Hey, you're now nearly yoinked my bloody headset out as I've gotten up. It's gotten caught underneath my keyboard. Now, now. So, if that is the case, good people, this does indeed sort of go into. So, yeah. Now I'll give that a bit of a file at the bottom there. It's a bit uneven. Now,
not that
something
one.
I could consider actually doing some of that, but I probably won't. Now, this may fall into the category of now, don't overthink that. Yeah, just like that, I reckon. Yeah. All right. All right, let's do it. Well, try to do it anyway. I'll probably go. Should I go crystal clear on this one? There's a question. Answer, maybe. It's in a pretty visible spot. Or, alternatively, because Revel glue is stronger, try maybe applying some with a toothpick. And I'm fast approaching that point of done for today. Now, to there, I'd suggest. There we go. Yeah, there. All right. Put the lid on. Where the fuck did I put the lid? There's the lid. Now, Almost. Well, I think there's my answer. Look how nicely it sits.
Hmm.
Just a little adjustment. Wow. So there we go. That easy in the final analysis. There we have him. One dashboard.
Hmm.
Let's let that dry. Now, next, I'm at the stage of letting a few things dry, but something I want to quickly check on. Goggles. Yep. Maybe a bit further in with that one. There we go. All right. Next. Here we go. How's about? How's about? I would suggest we can start doing this sort of behavior. All right. Yep. I reckon. Let's do this. Let's start getting the interior actually together. All right. Something I'll quickly check, just for my own edification. Right, so that's going to go on like that. All right. Now time. There. There we go. Let's just hold that on. Booful. Back seat is in. All right. Now, I guess front seats,
Hmm.
or a front seat at least. I'm going to go sort of across if you follow me. Because what I'm thinking is put in one seat, console, other seat. But I want the first seat to dry. That is my theory. There we are. And there it would go. Oh, that's a bit nice. That's going to fit really well too. Sweet. The only reason I was a bit, oh, will that fit nicely, is because, of course, put the carpet in. But it's fitting very nicely indeed. I'm very happy with that. So, to that end, we'll get that in. And then, wow. Okay. I think I'm actually, I know what else we can do. We can put some bits on the actual wheels. And then I think it's a question of just letting some stuff dry, really. But I've made good progress. Very happy with that. Because ultimately that is the aim of the game. Now, boom. Hold that for a bit. Sweet. And I even felt to go click into the actual posi, so I've done the cuts right. Yeah. Gotta be happy with that. And the answer is, yeah, I am. Oh, this is good. This is very good. I would say there's every possibility of having this done probably sooner than I would expect, you know. But I'm not going to make, certainly not what, maybe by the end of this week, but I doubt that in truth. I would suggest mid next week, depending on various factors. Now, these. All right. Sprue cutters. There we are. Now, these are just a little decorative thing they have on the wheels to make them look kind of cool. Now, once I get this one on, I've dropped my lid, so I'm going to go pick up the lid, which is conveniently not far away. There we go. And all that is those that little star, of which I have to put in, unsurprisingly, 3 more. But first, I need to pick up the lid for the glue. There we go. Come here. There we are. Now, bing, you get over here. Actually, I know what I should do. Once I've got these in, because I would suggest that with a couple of touches of various colors, I would have the Trim on the hole done. And of course, if I have that done, I can then do the main coat, which is going to be a big step forward in getting this completed, of course, because everything else is pretty much ready to rock.
Hmm.
Now, and this one's being a bitch. Come here, you. Stop that. There we are.
Yes.
All right. So, one more of these. I'm going to quick gander of that hole, and I reckon there's every possibility we can knock that off today as well. If I did that, there would definitely be much rejoicing. How much needs to be done that I can see with the naked eye? Not much. I tell you, boys and girls, and others, that is gonna fucking happen. Because in fact, there is precious little I need to do on it. So why the fuck am I not doing that? That's my take on it anyway. Now, delay.
True sec.
Ah. There we go. That's them done. Yeah. Now, goggles. All right. Right. This is looking very promising, guys. I'm going to do a few touches. I mean, touches in Chrome. Do I need to tidy these up? Then, let me just, wow. Oh, I could cut in further with the, with the blue to give myself a bit more space. I probably will. But I would go so far as to suggest that this may well be painted when we come on tomorrow, as in it will have been completed in the painting caper, if you follow me. At bare minimum, it will be varnished and can be prepped up. That of its own will be a big step. But I might even do that today, depending on various factors. Ah, diddly.
How did the fishing go yesterday?
Well, it was interesting for a while, in as much as there was a bit of interest. But the thing is, with fishing, if look, a decent sized fish will leave you in no doubt as to their presence. And these ones weren't really giving us anything to work with.
He was just teasing you with it.
Yeah. Chris caught one. It was a brim, but it wasn't, as in his own words, didn't exactly knock his socks off. And in the final analysis, there are some interesting elements about the spot, enough to make it worth going and having another look, which we'll probably do next week. Although, as Chris also pointed out, to a point, carp fishing is just as easier. And whilst they're intermittent in their appearance, when you hook into a carp, they will give you the biscuits. They will fight hard. And that's what you want. So we may yet be going carp fishing next week. For that reason. If you want to be frustrated, and carp fishing can be frustrating, because of the low catch thing, you're going to be frustrated, at least be frustrated in a way that when you hook up is exciting, if you follow me. Is the rationale we're looking to employ here. So we shall see what we end up doing. Now, this is good progress I've made on that one. Let's clean this brush. We will now go into some blue. And actually what I'll do is I'll thicken it up in a few spots where it's quite thin, so that I can just be quite rough with my masking, if you follow me. And then I'll do a few little touch-ups on that. And then we'll finish with a few little touch-ups in white. And then all I'll need to do is varnish, mask up and spray. Ha! Now, I should probably do the blue touch-ups first. Where is my paint color? Aha. Now, this is all very exciting, I think. Certainly for me, anyway. Ooh. Seeing more things I might consider doing. Anyway. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Where else do I want to go in? Let's have a look along here. Now, all right. Next. Ha ha! Very close now. Now. Oh, getting very close now. Back up. Clean brush. This time we're going to go for a thicker brush and just do some areas where I can thicken up the paint a bit before spraying, just to make it easier to mask. And then a little bit of white. We're done. Actually, not quite yet. Fucking close, though. Fucking close. But we can finish up today, I can tell you that much. As far as the cutting inside of the hole goes. And there will be much fucking rejoicing.
All right, let's get.
Now, we'll thicken it up a bit here. Hey. Oh, we're good.
Finally.
Now, into here. There. Now, down back through here. All right. All righty. Oh, hang on. No, yeah, we good. All right. Getting there now. God, I'm starting to feel real chipper about this. I think you may be able to get at that.
Hmm.
Now, next, into here a bit. That'll do it. Bit along there.
Right.
All right. Now. Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah. Getting places now. Right. Now. All right. Now. Oh. On the home straight, and then it's just a little bit of chrome and a little. In fact, I don't think there's any white left to be done. I will check that. But we are definitely on the home straight with the cutting in. Giggity.
Oh, hello, Jeff.
Oh, hey
How's you
Jeff, how
there?
you doing, man? Sorry, I hadn't looked at my screen for a while. I'm not sure how long ago did you
No, I
say?
didn't.
Bassman, we are unsure. We suspect that it being Mother's Day, well, that would be tomorrow for you guys, that he may be doing things related to that. Now, that could be, that's pure supposition on my behalf, but it would sort of make sense. Now, now, oh, so we come around here. even dressed in fucking plastic. Well, that's all that cut in. There is still some chrome to be done and possibly some white. I will check on that. But, oh, kids, this is getting a bit chipper making. All right. Next. Get this out of the way for a moment. Get this again. Give it a quick shake. Goggles on again. And let's just right. And finally, in this color, it was, there we are. Oh, I missed a spot in blue there. That's easy to fix up. All right. And in fact, so easy is that spot in blue to fix up that I could even just do my painting and not worry about it and fix it up after the fact. If you follow me. And may even do just because I couldn't be fucked. I'd much rather get the entirety of this coat done. Any final touch-ups can probably wait till then even. And you know what? That's a fucking executive decision right there. I think I've done enough prepping on that front to go, right, let's get this shit done and then do any final tidy ups after that. Most of that's looking pretty sound. Let's see, what is the time? Yeah, I should probably consider getting a wriggle on. I do, as always, have things to attend to. All right. However, I am very happy with the progress I made today. So yeah, tomorrow, if I haven't got the entirety of the coat done, we'll be masking it up, which shouldn't take too long. Do some interior assembly. Boom. That's what'll happen. Now, good sir, I shall give you some solo time. Alrighty, there we go.
Making some fish boxes, which has been difficult to put together, keep them coming apart. So I've done a few of those. I'll do 5. And sorted the bow and stern shafts, so we cut them down a bit. Ready, cool. So I can stick those in. And then I lost the top one of this, so I can find it on the floor, like that. I got another one, but I haven't got the pulley. So I need to find that one again and fix that on. And so I put those. I done the derricks. Get those.
Alrighty. Up.
What's wrong with me? Ah, up there. Don't know those. The big one I go at the front there.
Yeah, right.
And the little one be on the stern there.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's getting there, and yesterday I managed to buy some cloth.
Cool.
That's it.
Oh wow, you got heaps of it.
Just a bit.
You'll be able to build a fucking armada if the mood takes you. Jesus.
It was so cheap, and I couldn't get it anywhere. So I'd get 4 yards of it, so she give me a little bit extra as well. So, I can use it for the sales on this one and some of the other ones as well. So,
cool.
Hopefully it's not too thick for it, because I tried to find the thinnest one I could find for cutting. And so that should be interesting. That took a while to do those sales, but I'm glued everything over and stitched through. Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that will be us done for today. Thanks everyone for watching. We do appreciate it. First time viewers. Now you know what I'm about to suggest to you. It's follow, like, or subscribe. If you haven't worked that out, really, how hard can this be? Other platforms. I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And can you again guess what I'm about to suggest? Yes, you can, can't you? Yes, it's all too predictable. Follow, like, or subscribe. Tomorrow, I'll be back. We'll be back. And we'll be doing some more now. I'm hoping tomorrow that I'll either have the main coat done already, or we'll be moving on to that, prepping it up for that. Um, but on the whole, regardless of anything, we will be back tomorrow at the same kit time and at the same kit channel. We'll catch you good people then. See yous.
Bye.